Another Node.js live stream, and today we are going to build something big, something heavy, and this is real-time application with Socket.io and Node.js. So let us quickly see what we are going to create, and please do this along with the Node.js workshop which is going on for 3 days. Means 3 days, and I think today is the fourth day, tomorrow is the fifth day. So I'll give you the whole playlist, and this is one of the main part of the playlist because this is a very big app with Socket.io, and this is completely Node.js. Even the front end which you're seeing, all this front end, no React, no HTML CSS is there, but through server side rendering. See, I'm written Mustache. So Mustache is a templating thing in Node.js. So everything is server side. Even this cool HTML is also server side. So we can do a lot of things from the server side also. So I've actually opened, this is also deployed in Heroku. So I've opened it, no localhost and all. So maybe I'll show how to deploy it in Heroku also, because this is going to a big app. So maybe I'll show. Okay, so that is there. And see, I've opened three window. One is all of them are different, means Firefox and all. So this is how it works. Let me show. So maybe window. I have to enter a room. Opal, I'll enter. Okay, this room I'll enter. Join room, and it will join. Okay, Bhopal room. See, Bhopal it has been shown. Users in Abendu, and administrators thing. Welcome to the chat app. Now I'll do Shikha, and she will also enter the same room. Same room, join room, and users are Navindu and Shikha, and it is telling that okay. So users are there, and then it is also giving me the message that Shikha has joined the room. Okay, so it is like this, and let me do a different room now. Indoor. See, this is not been shown. This is not been shown. It is and if I say I alone, it is not even going to this room. So these two rooms are totally different. These two rooms are totally different. So it is showing that Shikha has joined. Means this is Navendu's room actually. Okay, so I'll do hello Shikha. See, and this is not even going to this indoor room. So this is a different room, indoor room. So this is Bhopal room. It is not even going there. So if I close it, see there is no logout or login. Logout facility is not that. Okay, so that you can create. If I close it, see, Shikha have left. So we get this message, Shikha have left. Okay, and let me close this also. And this is how the deployed app is there. And now let me open this, and we can just play with it. Now what we are going to do, we are going to start with the start. As I told, we are going to start with the start. You all will like it. Means this is a very big app. It might take around 2 hours to create. Okay, so that is there. And we are going to use the awesome tool socket.io from Node.js, and mainly a server side app only, completely server side thing. So let us start it. Okay, so for this, again, I'm in this folder in which I'll do mkdir socket socket chat app, socket chat app, cd socket. So socket is a kind of a protocol in which instant communication is done. So this is a very powerful thing. See, in a website, if you go, it is not instantaneously it is done. So for that we need to require this socket thing. Okay, so socket is there, and this is the very advanced Node.js stuff. It is there. So if you are going through my Node.js workshop, please do all those 5 days, and after that you do it. This can be your final project. This cannot be your final project for Node.js, because this have got quite advanced features, and this is much better than API endpoints and all those things. This is a completely working socket app, as we have already seen, completely working app, and I have also deployed it. So you can also deploy it with Heroku, and it is very easy to deploy it with Heroku. You don't need to deploy it at two places, because mostly what happens in one app, you have to deploy it two places. For React side, you have to deploy it to one place, and backend side, Node.js side, you have to deploy it at other place. So nothing like that will happen here. So I have created this. Then I have created as always npm init -y uh, empty thing, empty package.json, which is always required. Then let me open it with VS Code. Open it with VS Code. Increase the font size. So package is there, and the first thing which we are going to install is npm I express express I'll do, so that node modules and all those things will be created. Okay, okay, so that is done. Now we will create a index dot JS file, and we'll also going to create a public folder, and in the public folder we'll have index.html. Index.html we are going to have index.js is done, and let us go to the package.json. Okay, and here we are going to change the scripts, because see, we are going to deploy this also, so we are going to have a dev script which will have this nodemon thing, and we'll have a script for our Heroku. So that generally in Heroku we don't deploy it with Node man, we deploy it with normal Node, because we don't need to change the final code again, because it is already deployed. Okay, so that's why we have to do this thing, and also I need to install nodemon also, that's a good thing. And pmi dash d means dev dependency, it will not go to the server and all. Okay, so nodemon d means that dev dependency, so d I'll do dev dependency nodemon, let it get installed. Nodemon is getting installed. Okay, see, it is dev dependency, it is not normal dependency. Normal dependency is dev dependency is this. Now we are going to have two things, as I have told. One is start. Okay, and this is for the Heroku, which in which we are going to deploy node index.js, and comma, it will be, second one will be dev nodemon index.js. So here in the dev I'm going to use this. So that is done, and close it, and let's get started now with our index.js. Okay, and we have to run it by npm run dev, and it is working fine. So let's get started, as it's a big project, so let's get done quickly, and so let's do it. So const path equal to require path, and const express equal to require express. Okay, so like this, and then so this is a express app equal to express, like this, and then we'll have to use a port, const port equal to process.env.port, and it's always better to run a node app on 8080. Okay, 3000 is reserved, not reserved, but mostly you're going to do a React app, it will run on 3000, so never run it on 3000. Anything you can give 8000 or 8080 you should give. Okay, so then const public dir path equal to path dot join dir name, and public is there. So the path I am given, this is we have to do, and then app dot use express dot static public dir path, and then we have to do the listen. Okay, so app dot listen and port, comma, console.log, and like this, server is up on port, whatever the port. So port can be this, or port can be whatever it is there. Okay, processor.env.port, although we don't have to give anything. Okay, and we are also going to do the index.html basic thing. Okay, so basic thing, and we are going to use a mustache. Soon we have to use something, so this is there. And the title I'll have chat app in h1 chat app, save it. Now So that is there, app.use public and on public static. Okay, so what was the is everything okay? Yeah, everything is okay. Let us go to the localhost 8080. So localhost 8080 is done, and chat app has been shown because that is what we are serving right now. See, we are using this and we are serving that chat app. This is been shown, and chat app, the title is also been shown. So this is working fine. So now we are going to install the famous socket.io library in our project, which will allow us to do the real-time communication. That is very important thing to do the real-time communication, and socket.io library is been used for that, especially in a node app. So that is done, and me actually close it. Sometimes it is better to close when you are installing something big like this. So isocket.io is the library name. Socket.io I have done, and now I have to again, let me start it, npm run dev. It is okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create a server. So here in the index.js, so the thing is that the server code and the client code will be different. In our app, the server code and the client code will be different. Okay, so this is what we are going to create, the server code, and we are going to, for that we have to create it with the http. Okay, so let's get created. Let's create it. So const http equal to require http is there, and const socket io equal to required socket dot io is there, and then app is there like this, and here const server equal to, so we are what we're creating a http server. Okay, http server we're creating http dot create server. And one thing is there, socket programming is not that much easy. Okay, so that's why I always tell this, if you're learning Node.js, this should be your final project, and this is a very good final project if you want to be a backend developer or a full stack developer. This is a very good final project because it is a pure Node.js code without any React.js thing. Okay, although we are going to use the concept of client and server, but we are going to use it in a pure Node.js format. I'm creating a server with the socket io. Okay, so then after that const io equal to socket io and server, socket io and server, and rest of them are okay. So next thing, we are going to have something known as ion.on, and that will contain all the server code, that will be contained inside that. Okay, so that we have to do. For that, here opt out, and this all things are there. After this we have to do io dot on, io dot on. So io we have already declared here. Io is the socket io server, and then connection I have to do, and then this socket like this socket, not like this thing. If there is one parameter, we don't even need this. Okay, socket is going, and then here console.log new web socket connection, new web socket connection, new web socket connection, and socket dot emit. So emit is something which is emitting from the server. Okay, emit is something which is getting emitted from the server. Socket dot emit, and message is welcome to the chat app. Okay, and socket dot broadcast. So what are this? So socket dot emit is there. To this by this we emit to the newly create, we emit the newly created client app. We're going to emit that, and broadcast it will emit. So broadcast dot emit. So what is the difference between socket.emit and broadcast.emit? So socket.emit will emit only the newly created client app. Socket.broadcast.emit will emit to the all the clients that are connected to the server except the one which is connected. Means it will emit if I want to do so. We can emit to all the clients connected to the server. Okay, except this thing from where we are emitting it. So socket.broadcast.emit and socket.emit are very important. So this we have I'm doing, and here again. So now we are already, so all these messages we've already seen in the final version, but here what I'm going to do here means we are right now we're going to we're just creating it, so we are going to hard code it. Message is a new user has joined, a new user has joined, and that is there. Then we'll have another thing which is socket.on, and here we are going to have send message, and the message maybe like I don't have one. Socket.message, send message. We're soon going to have it in the client, so we are going to learn how we are going to do in client. Okay, io.emit message, comma message. So this message is going, and we will also have, so this is the main thing, the messages were traveling between to and forth the socket, because when we have seen this thing the messages were flowing to and forth. So this all things are because of that. This broadcast is that a new user have joined, Shikhajan. This we are going to change soon. Welcome to the chat app. So these two will be administrator soon. Okay. So this chat app is there. These two are coming from us, and this send message is what the user is typing here, and then we are going to have a disconnect also. See, when we disconnect it, it is saying that Sikh has left. So so how it is coming? So this is also coming from socket.on. Okay. Socket.on disconnect, and here io.emit message, a user has left. The user has left, and then here we are not going to use app anymore, because app we are creating a server for out of the app. So we are going to use the server. So this is a different kind of thing. So server we are going to use here. So that is done. Now the server side of code is done. So now what we are going to do, we are going to do the, this is actually the client side of a code. Okay, so this we are going to do now. H1 is there, and here I'm going to use the form hash msg form. Okay, so this is the id, and soon we are going to have something beautiful as like this. Our form mainly contains this only. It will contain this only. Okay, so form id is there, and here inside it we'll have input type text is okay. So the main thing is id equal to msg, and let's have a placeholder also. Placeholder equal to enter message, and a button is like send. And finally we are going to have something, means there's a client version of socket also, and that we are going to use, and we are going to use a main.js also, which we are going to create in the public folder itself. So in the public folder itself we are going to create a main.js, and actually this whatever is the public folder is the client side of the code, and this is the server side of the code, because we have also created a http server. So that is there. And now what we are going to add here, after this form we are going to add a script, and this script, the src will be equal to socket.io and socket.io.js, this thing, and the other one script src is main.js. So this is how we do, because here also we have to use that Mustache templating library. So, but the main.js, see this main.js is there. This main.js will have a normal client-side JavaScript kind of a code. Okay, so client-side JavaScript kind of a code will be there. So, const, hello Muhammad. So Abdul is one of the admin. So please do, as he has told, so please do like and subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel for liking this. I create content like this, and I'm on a mission to make you a highly paid web developer. So I run this monthly workshop for 1 month: CSS beginners, JavaScript beginners, React.js beginners, and fourth week is anything beginners, and this time it is Node.js beginners to advanced. And beside this, on Tuesdays and Thursday, I do some intermediate kind of stuff. So intermediate kind of stuff, some big projects I do, mainly means 1 hour to 2 hour, but it is this intermediate kind of stuff. So, so like the school kind of project I'm doing, so mostly project, but intermediate kind of thing, so that everyone can be satisfied. Okay, so that is there. So every Tuesdays and Thursday at 5 p.m. IST, and every day, every Monday to Friday, 8:30 p.m. IST, the continuous running stuff, and Saturdays also 3 p.m. IST, 3 hours long workshop is there. This is all about it. Okay, so hope you are liking the content. So please do subscribe. Socket equal to IO. So like this, I will do. So because we have to, so this is what we're doing, the client side. Okay, client side thing we are doing. Okay, so we were emitting some of the events from here, so from the server side, and we have to catch it on the client side. So this is what, this is all about the socket programming. Socket I'm doing, and then socket on message message console dot log and message. So what is this socket dot on message? So see, so this emitting message is there, this has been received here. Okay, so that is there, and then we are also going to have use some client side JavaScript, which is, can you all know, client side JavaScript document dot query selector, and okay, this MSG form. MSG form is the query selector. I'm doing MSG form direct here, and then the add event listener, a submit event listener on the E I'm doing, and then as always E dot prevent default. E dot prevent default is there, and const message equal to document dot query selector, and this id message is there, so I'm choosing that document dot query selector msg dot value and socket dot emit, and we are going to emit this thing, send message. See, means whatever I enter on the client side message, and it will be emitted from here to the send message, whatever message is there, and it will be coming here in here socket that on message. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, and then it will be emitted from here, there to the other clients which are connected. See here, when we are doing this thing, we are actually, this is a client, so there can be other clients, so these are actually known as the clients. Okay, so that is there, and okay, what is it is showing, it is not the area value, it is only value. Okay, it is only value, so we are taking the value whatever the user enters. So save it, and now yeah, so see, it has been shown like this, and what I'm going to do here, let me make it small only, because it's much better to see it like this. and I will open a private window. Okay, so because we always have to see two clients, what are there in the two clients. Localhost 1000 and inspect console. See, welcome to the chat app is coming. Okay, welcome to the chat app. Welcome to the chat app. Socket.emit, when it is emitting to the all the things. Okay, socket.emit welcome to the chat app. Then I'll have welcome to the chat app is also coming, and a new user have joined is also coming, because we are emitting this also. A new user have joined is also coming. Okay, so another thing, so let us see whether the messages are coming or not, because we are emitting the messages also from the client, and it has been catch here. Okay, so it has been caught here, so that is there. And this is good. Send, this is good, and now this is good is coming here also to all the client, because and yes, this is awesome. Yes, this is awesome is also coming here. So means it is working a lot fine. Only we have to show it now in the browser and all. This is working a lot fine, means we are emitting the message from here, and we are catching it here, and we are then emitting it again. We are io.emit, we are emitting it to all the other client which are connected. Right now the room feature is not there, but we are emitting to all the client. Okay, so that is like this. Good evening, Ankit. So this is how it is working. So now what we are going to do, we are going to, as I told, this is the server. So we are going to acknowledge the message of the client, message of the client. So this is the client message of the client from the server. So, and for that, what we are going to do, we are going to use the concept of callback. So see, this concept of callback is used a lot in the server programming, so you have to be very good in this. Okay, in this concept. Okay, so this index.js I'll go first, and here this socket dot on, which is it is getting the messages from the client through this only. So this messages, I will receive another parameter, call back. Call back I am going to be receive, and then after this call back to do like this and save it. Now in the main.js, let us optimize a bit of a code, because we have done too much of document.query selector and all this thing. So let us optimize it a bit, means you should not do it like this. Okay, so let us optimize this first, and then we have to do const msg form equal to, so msg form equal to this thing. This is okay, but sometimes you should optimize these things. Okay, so this is like msg form is there, then this is okay. E dot prevent default is there, and okay, so this one we have to do. Const msg form input equal to like this, the msg form input, and it will go here. Msg form input dot value, it will go here, and then msg form input is there, and then we are going to have one more thing, msg form button also we are going to have. So this button which we are going to select it, and we are going to disable it until the submit is been done, so that the user cannot click on the send button 2-3 times. Okay, so we are going to do that also. So const msg form ptn equal to msg form, let us use that msg form dot query selector and button I'm using. Okay, so msg form, and what we are going to do here with this msg form button, so msg form button dot set attribute is disabled and disabled. So this is, we are setting the attribute of disabled as disabled. Okay, so this we are doing, and so with that what will happen, the button will become disabled until we enable it. So after this, the socket.emit send message is been done. Okay, so here the message is directly been sent to the server. Here it has been shown sent. So but what we need to do here, we are going to send the error also, message comma error, then like this. And here first thing is that we have to remove this attribute, means the button should not be disabled after the form is been after the message has been emitted. So here I'll do remove attribute of disabled, remove attribute of disabled, and then after that msg form input, let us make that input dot value as empty, because I don't want anything to be shown here. Message from the input equal to empty. So this is mainly JavaScript for, and message for from input dot focus also we can do, so that the focus is maintained there. Okay, and then if error, then return console.log error, or else console.log message delivered. So if you have only one line, we can show it like this, or we can, even we don't have to show the bracket, we can show it like this also. Brackets is not required in if statement. Okay, there is like this, console.log message delivered is done. So now let us see whether this errors and this all these things, the we are sending this callback also. So once so what it is doing, it is sort of acknowledging it. I am sending it from the client, then it is going back to the server, and it is sort of acknowledging it. So the callback has been called, and when the callback has been called, this second part of the message, this has been called, this error part of this will be done, and then will be shown. Okay, message delivered or whatever is there. So let me show both of them, and mm, refresh it. This is good. See, message delivered is coming. This is, and this is also getting cleared. And yes, this is awesome. Yes, this is awesome. And message delivered is coming. Means it is okay. It is working fine. Okay, so that is done. Now, one sec. Okay. So a lot of things we have done. So now we'll add the functionality to render messages on the windows, because console.log is not good, means we cannot see that. And a final product, as I have shown, the final product is way too awesome. Everything is shown in the window. So this is the final product. We are working toward the final product. So okay, so that we are going to do, and we will render the messages on the window instead of the console. So let us do that. And for this, we need to add Mustache. There's a Mustache library is there. That is something which we need to add in the index.html. So we don't need to npm install or something. We can directly use its cdn link, and that is what we are going to do now. The cdn link which we are going to use. A sec, let me get the cdn links. So here, after this, we are going to have the cdn link. Save it. So these are the cdn link. You can take it from the repo, will be there at the end of this YouTube video. So we have to give the cdn link for Mustache. Moment also we are taking, and qs is something which we are also taking, which you are going to use soon. But the main thing is this Mustache library, which is like a templating library. Actually, yesterday in the Node.js workshop also I've told about templating library, which is HBS. So Mustache is also like that. Okay, so that is there. And then what we are going to do here, so in the chat app here, I'm going to have a div of messages, div of messages, id of messages, and then after this form I'm going to have a script of hash msg template. So this is what we can do it through Mustache. Okay, this script of msg template we have to do, and I have to give the type also here. Type equal to text and html. So this is how we use the templates. I means so every templating library is a bit different. So we're seeing the hbs, so this is a different thing. This is how we use it. So here what we can do, let me have some spaces between it. Here I will have a div. Okay, I will have a div, and then I will have a paragraph in it, and in the paragraph I'll show the messages. Okay, so always this messages and all, they have been, I'll have a p, and it will have a messages. It will have the message, not messages. It will have the message. It will have the message. We're soon going to have this thing message. So this is something the variable kind of thing where it comes from. So it will have this message, and id messages is done. Okay, we are save it. Now what we are going to do? Okay, so here now we'll go to the main.js, and the main.js we are going to select this id messages first. Okay, so const msg equal to document dot query selector and messages, and then we have to create something known as the message template here. Okay, message template is something which we need to create, and when we are using this Mustache, msg template equal to document dot query selector and msg template. Msg template is what? Msg template is something. Okay, msg template is this thing id msg template which you have just written. So this msg template we are selecting, and we are giving the inner html of it. Okay, so this is how we do the Mustache thing. Okay, so that is done, and socket.on messages is there. So we are just console logging it here, but we are not just console, we will not console log it only. We're going to show it now. Const html equal to mustache. See, here we are using this mustache dot render. Dot render what? msg template. Msg template is what? Msg template is this thing, msg template. And then here what I have to render, I have to render like message. I have to render the message, this message which is coming, I have to render it. And then I have to do msg dot insert adjacent html. So this is something which we have to take before that, before and html. So msg is what? Msg is this thing, this messages. So we are inserting before it. Okay, so it is like that, before and we have to do. So this is some hard-coded kind of stuff which we have to do. And now let us go back and see whether it is working fine or not. So clear it and clear it. Let me refresh it a bit. See, welcome to the chat tab is coming here. Refresh it a bit. Welcome to the chat tab is coming. A user has left, user has joined. It is okay. This is good coming. This is good is coming. This is good is coming. And yes, this is awesome. And this is also coming at both places. So means it is working fine. A lot of this is we have done a lot of things. The styling and all those things can be done later on. But the communication, the real-time communication is been done. Okay, so that is done. And so what now we have to do? So all the messages have been shown, but we want to show the, see here I have the time also. Time is also been shown. So we want to add the functionality of time in our app so that time can be shown perfectly. So we are going to do that, and for that we'll create a utilities file. Okay, utilities file, because our time is something which will be used a lot, means and it's always this kind of things should be going to some other file. So we'll create a utilities dot js file, utilities dot js I'm going to create, and then const generate msg equal to text, and like this, and return text comma created at new date get time. Okay, so this new date and get time I am using, and then module dot sports equal to generate message. This we are giving the generate message function we are exporting. We are soon going to have other exports also, so we are doing it like this. Okay, so now we are going to the index.js file, and here we have to first use this thing. Okay, where is the utilities is generate msg. So come here and import it, const generate msg equal to require, and utilities is the same thing. So that is done. Now the socket.emit is there, welcome to a new chat app. So what we are going to do here, this message itself will go to this, so it will return me the text and the created at. Okay, it will return me two things. So everything where I am sending a message, I will wrap it with generate message. Just try to wrap it with that. The time will be generated from the new date function from javascript. Okay, so that is there. So first thing I have to wrap this thing, generate message, and like this. Okay, then everything I have to wrap this generate message, wrap, then this one is also, which is by whatever the user is typing, so generate message, and wrap this also. Okay, then a user has left, this one also like this, and we have wrapped everything. I think we have wrapped everything. Save it. Now this is done, but in our main.js now we have message also and text also. So main.js, this one was only showing us the messages, means the messages which the user was typing. So now it has changed, it has got the message also and the time also. So this message is, there is a text and there is a created at. So here it will be like message is message.text and created at. So created at, we are going to use a moment library. So moment library we are going to use so that it will do it nicely, means nice formatting this thing is there, and if you want to see, you can see the moment library what it does. So moment is the message that created at, and format is like this. It is done. I want the A as capital, so it will show me nice. And now after that, in the index.html, so this is where it was rendering, actually the messages it was rendering here. So I have this messages now like this, and I have to render this created ad also, which is very easy to do. And I'll do like see, this code is not that much tough also, but you have to understand it. Okay, so save it. Now let us go back and let me refresh it, see, the time is coming perfectly. It is 5:44, and this is good, this is good, and yes, this is awesome, yes, this is awesome. So time is coming perfectly along with the message, so this is done. Okay, so this time is coming perfectly, and now it's the time to style our app. So it is very ugly, so let us style it. So for styling, in the index.html only, I will call the style.css. Okay, after this, link css style.css. Let us create that style.css in the public folder. Save it in the public folder style.css, and the style I'm not going to tell much about it because that is something we're not doing it right now. And I've got styles for a lot of things here, so to go through it and transition and using a very good font known as Poppins, general styling, HTML input box, and all those things, styling and all those things are done. You can go through it. Yes, this is not a, and a composition and a lot of other things are also done. That is done. Now let me go back and see, because we're changing in the client side, I have to refresh it every time. So it is coming like this, and it is coming like this. Okay, a lot of things are not coming. Okay, because we have not done a lot of things. Okay, so created at, and so I've done the styling, but we have to change a bit so that the styling, all the classes we have to put, so let us put those classes so that it will come nice. So index.html I'll go, and just the styling thing we have to do. And here after this body we'll have a div of chat. Okay, so what this div dot chat I'm going to have. In this chat I'm going to wrap this whole thing first. This all chat app, I don't need this. This is looking not good. So this all, let me wrap it here inside. So I've wrapped this here, and we'll have a sidebar soon which we are going to style also. So sidebar is there first. So after this div dot sidebar is there. Sidebar I have done, and we will have a chat of main. So let us do that. Div dot chat chat. That's going to go main. So div dot chat main I'm going to have, and inside this I will have all these things. Okay, I'll have all these things and all these things, all these things. Okay, so ID of messages, and then class equal to chat underscore messages. It's there, and then this form is there. This form will be inside a div dot msg box. Div dot msg box is there. Inside this it will be there, and this form is there like this. Save it. So this form with the message form and text and ID and all these things are there, so it is okay. So let me save it, and we'll start seeing some styling here. So see, some styling is coming. All this sandbox and all these things are stylings are coming. Okay, so that is done. So but we are going to style this messages also. Okay, so for that, what we are going to do again, we are going to have the style for that, and this div will contain a class equal to message, and this p is okay. So p is okay, but inside this p we are going to have two spans. So we are going to have the name of the user also. So like inside the p I will have a span dot message underscore name, and it will have dummy name right now. Then I'll have a span dot message underscore meta, not the Facebook meta means anything. Okay, so after this I will have the created at I will have the created at will be there, and after this p I will have the message. Actually p will contain the message like this, good evening. So this is there. Now if we go back here, and I have to actually refresh it. See now See, this is coming so good. Means all these things are coming perfectly. Time is also coming. This is good. This is good. Time is also coming. And yes, hello world. And it is going to both of the places. So this both of the things are working fine, and the messages that are looking fine with the time and all those things are showing perfectly. So now what we are going to do, we are going to add the login functionality in the project as we have seen here. And we have this logging functionality in which we have to add a name, add our display name and the room we have to do. So this is what we are going to create now. So let's do that. And in the index.html we are okay. Okay, so first thing before moving forward, what we are going to do, this index.html will cut all of this, okay, and create a new file known as chat.html, because when the user will log in, after that only he or she can see it. So I will move all this logic here, and then in the index.html we are going to have a new thing, means that login thing we are going to have. So this I'm going to have it like this, and title will be login, and then here uh, link will again have this style.css, because I put the style for it also there. So join form and all this, so I'm going to have some, yeah, so those styles are also here. So let us have that. So let us now create that. Okay, so div dot join dash form is there, and then div dot join dash form underscore box is there, and h1 is login, and form is like action. So action also we can give. Okay, so this chat dot html, in the action, if I write this like chat dot html, so this when the form action is been done, we'll go to the chat dot html. So this is how the action thing also we can use. Okay, so after this we'll do label, and label will be, don't require the for and all. Okay, so it will be display name and input type text, and name equal to user name, and placeholder is display name, and it is required, and so the display name is required, and then we'll have a label of room, and input type text name equal to room, and placeholder is room name, and it is required, and button will be join room with the button. Save it. So that is there. And do I have this join room styles here? So I think I don't have this join room styles. Okay, so let us add that join page styles. So join page styles I've done, all those join page styles and background and all the things I've done. So now if we go back here, and if I refresh it, see by default this will come here also. I'll refresh it, and the login form, the beautiful login form will come in which the join room is there. So that is done. now we will use the query string through which we'll send to the chat page. Okay, so as you might have seen this here also, I was using the room name and passing those things through the query string. So query string is means after this, if something goes in a lot of website, it is passed like that. Although it is not completely safe, but we can pass some of the data like that also to query string. So that is known as query string, and we have already imported something for the query string. QS we have imported in the, I think in the somewhere we have imported that. Yeah, query string we have imported this again on very good library. So this chat.html we are there, and the main.js it is calling. So here we are going to go back to the main.js, and here we are going to use that query string. Okay, so let us use that, and const username comma room equal to qs dot pass location dot search comma ignore query prefix is true. So we have to do this, ignore query prefix is true, but we are going to use it like this. So you're soon going to see how I'm going to use this location dot search, and after this, in the end, socket dot on is there, message dot add event listener is there. After this message dot add event listener, I will have another thing. So to emit this thing, so socket dot emit and join username. I will show what is query string. Username dot room. So I'm emitting the username dot room through the query string. Okay, through the QS I'm doing it, and I'm going to show what is query string. So this I'm doing, and in the index.js I have to go. Index.js is my server code. Actually, this main.js is my client code. Index.js is my actually the server code. I should have named it server.js actually. It's okay. So now this from utilities are closed, I'm emitting a new thing known as join. Okay, so now I have to catch it from the server. So I'll catch it here, and here inside this I have not on only. So new web socket connection, and this generate message and all, actually it will go inside it. So let me do that. Socket dot on, and I have to catch that join. I have to catch that join, and then comma, I'll get that user name comma room. So like this, username and room, and socket dot join room, and socket dot emit. Both of these things will be coming after first someone has joined some room. Okay, so welcome to the chat app, and generate message. We are getting the username also, so it's better to have that username like this, and I will have a template string like this. I'll have a template string. User name has joined. User username has joined. So username has joined. So this is done, and I want to emit one more thing here. So I'm right now hard coding the room here. So because I have to emit this to everyone, means sent message I have to send to a specific room. So ion dot io dot to here I will hard code a room, and I will join that room only. Okay, so that I will hard code. And if I go back here, I have to refresh, or not this one, refresh this, and so I have to join this room and join this room. See, what is this query string? See, after this chat.html, what is there? This, if I, let me make this a bit bigger. So see, this is known as query string. Okay, and this is the way to pass the data also. See, username and room, I'm passing the data, like whatever I type there, it was passed. So this is what is query string is all about. So this is one way to pass data also, and this is known as query string, and that's why we are using that query string thing. Hope it is clear now. So this is the query string thing, and we're using that query string thing to get everything. So it is getting to a room, but here we are sending the person to a means hard coding it to Bhopal room. Later on we're going to change it to so that the user can enter any room. Right now he or she can enter Bhopal room only. That is there. Join I have done. Now okay, so now the next thing which we are going to create is a new file which is the user dash util dot js. In the root directory I'm creating. So and that is who. So but let us, we are going to do a lot of users, like add users and all those things, remove users and all those concepts we are going to do here. So let us start it. So const users equal to an empty array is there. Then after that I'm going to have a const, again it's a util function which you are going to soon use at other places. Const add user equal to, like this, id, and it is username and room is there, and then like this, id, user and room it is taking, then user name equal to username, whatever is passed, username dot trim. So we can trim also. See, if some user is passing spaces there, we can use a javascript trim method also. Okay, then to uppercase. So I'm changing the user to uppercase so that we can check it out, means whether it is there or not. Okay, so to uppercase I'm doing, and then room equal to room also I'm doing the trimming. And what I'm doing now, if not of user name or not of room, if someone is not filling that, then what to do, then return error, username and room are required, username and room are required. Okay, so that is there. Then that is the if is there, so it will return the moment if someone doesn't enter the username and room, it will return back. So that is there. And then we are going to see check some things. Okay, const existing user, so will not allow suppose a user Nabindu is there, will not allow someone else to join with the same name. The room users dot find, and user dot find, and what I'm going to do, user and user dot room triple equal to room, and then user dot username. So I'm so see, same user can be in different rooms, but the same user cannot be in the same room. So I'm finding that whether the existing user is there or not. So after that also I will do if existing user, then return error user name exists like this, and const user equal to id comma username comma room is there, and users dot push user and return a single user. So I'm pushing to this. If all of this are not there, means if we are entering a new user and room, then we are pushing it like this. So okay, so now we will have the, so these are all helper functions which we are soon going to use. Okay, so const remove user equal to id and const index equal to users dot find index. So now how to remove a user? So users dot find index. So find index is again all of these are array functions. Okay, and then user dot id equal to id, and you're just removing the user if that user moves if index not equal to -1. If it is not matched, then it doesn't, it returns us -1. Okay, if it doesn't match, it will return us -1. Then return users, and it is not means it has matched users dot splice. So these are all Java array methods. User dot splice and index comma 1, and it returns an array, so 0 I have to do. So this I have done, and now we have to do two more functions. Const get user equal to id and users dot find user and user dot id equal to id, so get user like this, and then so I can find a single user like this. Okay, and we can get user in room also. So we'll have const get users, not user, it is users in room. See, this is a very good project. If it is in your portfolio, it will look very good. This is one of the top project which I'm creating right now in this channel. Okay, and then this will prove you are a Node.js master if you have this project in your portfolio. Okay, so that is there. Room equal to room dot trim dot to uppercase is there, and then return users dot filter. So I'm getting whoever uses there in the room, user dot room equal to like this. Now I have to export all of these functions. So I've created a lot of functions. So module dot exports equal to add user, remove user, get users, and get users in a room. So all of them are exported fine. Module dot exports. Now in the main.js, we'll go in the main.js, and here this someone is joining, so we'll add the logic for error also here. Okay, after this error logic, we'll add error. The error is there, then like this, if error then alert error and location dot f equal to this. Okay, this is done. Location dot href, and save it. Now in the users utils dot now we will have in this we'll come to the index.js, and here we are to first add these things. Okay, at the top, one sec. Okay, so all of these things we are going to add because we are going to use it here in the index, which is a server code. So after this, we'll come down, and in the socket.on join is there, and in the join we have this room. So after this room, okay, after this room I'll have a callback. I'll have the callback I'll have, because we have just added the error there also. So this callback I'll have, and then after that inside it, const error or user. I'll do, and then so we are also sending the error or the user we are getting here. So error or the user, and the add user I'm calling here. I'm passing the socket.id. There is a socket.id that I'm passing, and I'm also passing the username and the error. I'm calling this add user, and it returns me either the error, either the user it will return, or it will send me some error. See, like if the user is already existing, so these errors it will return. That was the reason we did it in the main also. Okay, so, and to understand this code you have to go through this a lot of times, but this is a very good code, as I've told, to have it in your portfolio. So, and then if I have, if error, then return callback error is there. Then now I have this user thing. Okay, so user dot room, everywhere it will be like there, user dot room, and this will be socket dot emit, and all these things are there. Okay, broadcast. After this broadcast I will have first thing is that it will again be user dot username, and broadcast. After that I will have broadcast to user dot room. I'll have user dot room, I'll have, and then I have to call the callback. So callbacks are called like this only. So call back, do call back. Okay, so that is there. And now in the disconnect also I have to use this thing. Okay, we are going to use the remove user here. Okay, so disconnect const user equal to remove user and socket dot id. So this kind of socket program you will not get in YouTube a lot. Means this is very complicated and very high undo Node.js programming. This is not that much easy to get anyway on YouTube also. Okay, so user is there, and then we have it at the top, and then the two, we will again have this two, then the submit to user dot room. We are going to have the user dot room, and we'll have this user has left. So again we are going to have both of these things. It means remove user also, we can add the socket.id. So this is there. So we've done it, and now let us go back and let us refresh it. And actually we have to so it's till now it is hard coded. So this is still now hard coded. We are going to soon change that. Okay, join room I'll do. So welcome to chat app. Okay, dummy name is okay, because this we have not yet changed. Okay, see, Nabendu have joined is coming. Okay, so one more thing I want to show. Again, I'll try to join the same room. It is telling me user exists, username exists, and I have to do a OK, and it will again take me back here. So this is coming because of the error, because we have this thing here in the user util, user exists error. It is showing me the error, and it is not allowing me to log in. So this is how it is done. So now we will work on the logic to get the real username. So this is okay. This is okay. Actually, we are Nabindu have joined and all those things, but still the dummy name is coming. So I don't want a dummy name to come. I want the real username to come. So let us do that. And okay, so for this, in the index.js we'll go, and actually we have to update our generate message also, but let us first change it here, then we are going to change it there. Okay, so here actually the generate message will get another parameter. So let us take that, and here administrator. So some of the messages are coming from the administrator, so we will like this hard code it, not hard coding it, but it will come from the administrator like this. It is not coming from any user, it is coming from the administrator. So but here in the other generate messages like this, in this okay, here also two will be now user dot room, because I have the room, so user dot room will be there. And and okay, and user dot room is there, send message, and we have to get the user also here before using this user dot room, or how else I will use it. Const user equal to get user. So get user I have to do, and socket dot id I have to do. So I will get the user, and then I will do user dot room, and this message will be also this. In this message also I'll do user dot username comma message I'm passing a user dot username, and then disconnect. I was already getting the user, so here also I can get the user dot username. So the next thing, so we cannot store these messages because there is no database and all we are using, but this is like a live kind of a chat, like maybe Discord kind of a chat. Our Bhopal room is there, so it will be opened until the last person leave. It will be there. It will be stored unless the last person leave that room. The room will get destroyed. Okay, but it is kind of a storing only. If someone creates one room and there are a lot of people are there, that room will be there. The moment the last people leave it, it will be gone. So these messages are getting stored only, okay, in the socket. We are not even using a database for this. So that is the power of this. It is a real chat app. Like, so in a real chat app also, if rooms are being created, it doesn't matter if the last person leaves, why does that room even exist? So it is like that. Okay, so that is there. So user dot username I am doing, and now this I'm in the generate message I'm passing another thing. Okay, so means I have to change in the utilities. So utilities, and then here like this text, and so you can create it, deploy it, and play with your friends. Username, and you can chat without going to WhatsApp and all. Okay, just send the link. So we are getting this username also. So now username, save it. Now I have to go to the main.js, and in the main.js, in the message template I have this username, and it will come in the message dot username comma, it is coming, save it. Now I have one more thing like this username. I have this username also. So in this chat.html I'll come, and here I think I have hard coded somewhere. Yeah, I'm hard coded it in the dummy name, and have this name, save it. Now let us go back, refresh it. See, administrator is coming, means it is working. Administrator is coming, and Nabindu have joined. Okay, Rida is there. So hello, all is been sent. 𝐿𝐿𝐿 and so Navin this thing. So this is all working fine. So now what we need to do, so this chat tab is working completely fine, okay, everything is been showing fine, but the thing is that we have to populate the sidebar also, see the room name and all those things, so those small things are remaining populating the sidebar. So for that we have to emit this, so that thing we are going to do. So index.js, so once you start doing it, you will get the hang of it, how I'm doing this, sending this, all these things, okay. So here I have to come here, and this where is this join, okay, welcome to the chat app, user has joined. So after this I have to emit the room name also, okay. So io dot to user dot room and dot emit and data room. So this is a variable name which we are going to catch it, okay. So it is always, the socket programming is like you have to pass something and a variable name, you have to catch it like this room, and it is user dot room comma users is, so room we are passing, and the which is user room, and the users we have to pass get users in room. Again it's a function which we have already created in the utils, users in room and user dot room, we are passing that. Now when the user get disconnected also, then also we have to emit this thing, emit something like this. So I will copy this, and this if user has left, and then io dot user emit data room user dot room get user in room, okay, both the same thing I have to do, and that is done. Now in the cat.html I have to show this sidebar thing, okay. So this sidebar thing, we again for that we have to use a template, okay, like this script template we have to use that, okay. So for that script id equal to sidebar template and type is text html. So this is how we do this templating thing, okay. So mustache we are using, so this is how we use it, okay. So after this we are going to use a h2, and h2 will contain this room and this class equal to room title and h3 list title is this users, and then I will have a unordered list dot users, not like this, unordered list dot users. So unordered list class will be there, and we are going to get a user array known as users. So there is a way to loop through that in our mustache, so a different way, but it is there, we have to loop through it like this, okay. And hash of users, then I have to close it with users. So this is a sort of, we are looping through it, and I'm writing the li here, okay, and then the username will be there. Save it. Now we have to add some new styles for this thing, so let us add the styles for this. So the styles are added, okay. Okay, so in the main.js now we have to come, so because we have just declared the template and all here, so in the main.js which is attached to this file. We have to come and show the template, just like we have shown this your MSG template. We have to show this sidebar template. So this is how Mustache works. Okay, so const sidebar template equal to document dot query selector and sidebar template and inner HTML. Sidebar template and inner HTML is done. So this is how we will select, because this is as the sidebar template. Okay, sidebar template is there. Now our see, we have something known as data room. So we are emitting it from here. So we have to catch it in the main. Now, okay, main is the client. Okay, so we have to catch it here. So after this socket dot on, we'll have another thing like socket dot on, and the same thing data room. I think the name is right. Data room. Yeah, data room is there, and then comma room comma users. So we are going to have something like this again. So let me have this. On HTML is mustache dot sidebar template I'm going to have, and here we don't going to have this much. I'm just going to use it directly. Room comma users, and then after that we are going to insert it in the sidebar. Okay, so where is the sidebar? So see, we have a class of sidebar here, empty class. So here we have to insert it. Okay, so we are going to come here and document dot query selector, document dot query selector, and it is not hash, I think it is dot, dot sidebar inner HTML equal to HTML. I do instruction message object will look, but instead of extracting its property in main.js. Yeah, you can do that. That is good. Destruction message object. After getting it here, you can destructure it below that individual preferences. Okay, so let us go back and refresh it. See, now it is coming. Styles we have already put, and the Bhopal room, the users are coming perfectly. So that is done. Means let us see one more thing, whether if someone final checking is going on, and we are going to see how to deploy it. Okay, maybe I can give you all in the chat also. So I will open in a different room, see a different room, and the it is showing us correctly. Okay, so that is there. And hello all, I'm doing. Hello all is not going here. Hello all is not going here, but hello all, I'm doing it here. It is coming to this room. Okay, so like that it is working perfectly. So now what we need to do, we need to deploy it. So this is the earlier deployed thing, so that is okay. I will just pick it and I'll show how to deploy. Deploying is very easy actually. Okay, so for that I have to go to the Heroku. So Heroku I will go. This is the old one actually. Hero dash. So Heroku is mainly used to deploy backend app, and since we don't have any front end here, all the front end is to Node.js only. So we don't have to deploy it at two places. So that is the beauty of this app, that we don't have to deploy. If we were using a Mun app, the front end we need to deploy it in Netlify or Firebase or something, and backend we need to deploy in the Heroku. But here everything you can do it here. So I'll do create new app, and what will be the app name? Socket chat app is a good app name. Socket app. Yeah, it is not available. So Get chat. So it checks globally. Actually, socket chat node. Okay, socket chat. Mustache. Okay, it is there. I have created. And Heroku, what is there? You need to have this Heroku CLI installed. So I already have this installed. So you have to have this Heroku CLI installed if you want to see it. And then after that, all of these things are like this only. We have to do the Heroku login and see. It is asking me because I've done it a lot of time. So it is asking me that it will open the browser. So it will open the browser. Nowadays the login is done like this. I'll do a login because it is already logged in. So it will tell me that it is logged in and I can close it. I'll close it. So it will tell that yeah, it is logged in. It is logged in. It will tell. Then I will use all the command which they have given. So git init I will use. Git init. So the commands are just like what we put it in the GitHub. Also GitHub also we put by the same similar commands. Okay, so Heroku. This I'll do. This is the remote name. Okay, so then after that you can copy this thing, git add. Oh, sorry, actually. Okay, I cannot. I missed one thing. Okay. Okay, there is one thing which wrong I have done. Git status. The node modules was also gone. So node modules, I cannot get the node modules in the Heroku or anything. It will break. It will actually fill everything. So I forgot to create this git ignore. So when I do a react at this git ignore is automatically done. So don't have that. I can't. I have to do modules, node modules like this. So git ignore node modules is done. So now what to do? So I have just did a git init. So when we do a git init, see what happens. Alex minus lapr. It shows the hidden files also. The dot git has been created. Okay. So what I'm doing rm minus rf dot get. So this is advanced git stuff. Okay. So again, I will maybe the Heroku login is done. Remote is done or not? I don't know. Okay. So let me do git init again. And, let me try to do this again. Yeah, it is done. So it is working. Then git add. See, and I will do one more command, git status. So it is showing that that node modules is not going in there. So that is very important, or else it will fill everything. Git commit I'll do. Note is not there, and I'll do git push Heroku master. And it doesn't take much time. Okay, so build successfully, compressing, launching, and it is deployed. So let me open the app from here only. Okay, and let me give it in the chat. Hopefully you will not no, let me not give it in the chat. See what happens if I give in the chat. Someone might be here. I'm already seeing some spams are already there. If I give it there in the chat, what will happen? They will come in the chat and say all this nonsense things. Okay, that's why I cannot give it. Yeah, it is coming fine. mm. Username exists. I copy pasted everything. Okay, so both of them are doing. Nabindu has joined. this thing. So it is working fine, it is working fine exactly. And this is how it is done. Means if I close it, see a window is left, so it is also working fine. So everything is working fine. Means we have created a very big app. I will give the GitHub, you create your own app and you play with it, and can already see some spams are there in this chat. So they will means they will do something with this. I don't want to give this, that's why in the chat I was thinking to give it. So but you can play it with it, you create your own. By seeing this you create your own. And anyways, I'm going to give GitHub and all, so you see it, create your own, and then play it with it, play with it, play with the friends, and give it the chat to them and do live chatting with this. Hope you liked it. This was a long stream, is 1.5 or more than 1.5 hour it has gone. And hope you liked it. And I will see you all today at 8:30 p.m. IST for the node fourth day of the node, which is beginners to advanced node.js day 4. So today is the day 4. I see it there, and this is also a part of that, because after you do those 4 5 days, after that you should do a lot of node projects, and this is one of those node projects which you should do, because it is a very top project. Okay, so with this I will end today's stream, and I will see you all at